find ourselves. That way, we can begin to disseminate our culture and put it, on the same scale where other cultures are. Because, like you will know, Urhobo tradition or culture is very rich in dance, in music, in arts, in art forms, in sculpture, everything that you can think of culturally. And it is just a joy to see flashes of all of this, from time to time. I mean, who can forget the golden days of Omokomoko and Ugute, Sajuju and Ugiabo, Sally Young, and of course, as it begins to trickle down to younger generations, Michael Okri and the now young one who they call MC Nakodia, also another young talented one that is just beginning to make some waves. Building resilience for mankind or in a pandemic era. What is it about? It is coping, it is adapting, and of course, managing difficult situations. One of the things that occurred to me when I was looking at this topic was the fact that before the pandemic, all kinds of viruses have been affecting the entertainment industry. They did not decimate it. What happened with COVID-19 is that when COVID-19 came, it exposed how fragile the entertainment industry was, or how fragile most of our economies were, and our sectors were. And when COVID-19 struck, it completely decimated the entertainment industry. So you will find that the panic is real. While some few sectors are enjoying and being able to withstand the effects of COVID-19, when I voted earlier, I voted that it severely affected my industry, because since March, when we were shut down, I was in a project. I was in the so-called biggest project of my career at the time in March, when we were shut down by Netflix. Since March up until now, I haven't really worked or earned a salary from the kind of work that I do in the entertainment industry. What one has been living on are more or less payments from works that have been done or completed, that we managed to complete online when COVID struck. Now, one of the things I also did in looking at this topic was to look at the Urhobo Nation and entertainment in the Urhobo Nation, and to ask, to throw up some questions here. And I'm glad that Uncle Peter is here. I'm glad that Alibaba is here. I'm glad Rachel is here. And of course, the Urhobo webinar group of professionals are all here, so that we can begin to look at some of these things and ask ourselves whether or not we have done well indeed, and what we are doing wrongly, and how we can use our platforms to advance the cause of the Urhobo entertainer. Like I said, there were viruses before, from the virus of a failed political system, of the curse of the oil of the oil reserve or petroleum as we know it, and of course of changing times. You will find that after the golden era of Omokomoko and Ugute and Sally Young and co, and of course Okparibo and the ones who did Urhobo Disco, you will find that there has been a gap between that, let's say, late 90s and very early 20s to present day. You will find that there hasn't been any real transition. When you were playing the music earlier on, apart from, okay, well, God bless us, so Kefi, we haven't succeeded. There was no clear transition from that golden era to present day. So you will find that apart from the few professionals and icons we have in various fields of entertainment, you will find that entertainment amongst the Urhobo people has actually been undergoing all kinds of, for lack of a better word, have been impacted by all kinds of virus, like I said before. So how do we begin to find a way for entertainment to evolve and have and begin to have another era that can be reminiscent of what we had in that golden era, or that can even surpass it? In my view, entertainment stopped being consumed in the traditional way that it was consumed when that golden era was, from the late 90s and then of course into the 2000, and of course with the serious birth of the internet. With the internet, you will find that the traditional stage of performance, or the traditional arena of performance, had progressed or had moved from the physical stage to online. And because our people haven't really made that transition, the entertainment was already like an endangered profession in the Urhobo areas. And I found this a funny correlation. And I asked myself, I said, is it by any luck or chance, or how come some of the Urhobo icons that we know in business were the ones who managed to make the transition from Warri, or from the Urhobo area, Agbar or Ughelli, the Udu area, and sort of move or expanded their businesses to Benin, to Agbo, or outside of Urhobo land, and especially to Lagos? Because what has happened over the years, as entertainment started, really evolved, is that it has been distilled into a few major cities in Nigeria. And so you will find, for instance, that the capital of entertainment in Nigeria is Lagos. And if you have an art form, no matter where you are in the world, in Nigeria, for instance, or in the Urhobo nation, for instance, if you have a way of expressing yourself artistically, if you have dominated your immediate area, the natural next thing to do is to progress to the capital of entertainment, or one of the major capitals of entertainment, or one of the major cities in Nigeria where there is a bigger audience. A lot of our people did not do that even before the internet came on. Now that the internet is here, a lot of them have still not made that transition into the internet, where it is where that now serves as your stage, as a stage, as a stage today. So that if entertainment is not being consumed in the traditional way that it was consumed before, maybe do a music really put it in a cassette and it is disseminated around Nigeria, or do a record and it is disseminated around Nigeria, it's played on radio. These days, there are all kinds of platforms where you can plug in. The entire world has been reduced into a global village. Now, I find that for the most part, practitioners of entertainment in the Urhobo land are still caged. They're still doing it at that subsistence level in their various localities, and not taking advantage of a global world that is now at their fingertips. Because nowadays, like I said, the stage has moved from the physical stage as we know it onto platforms that are streamed, or in fact, to make it even more, to give you an idea of how much evolution that has happened, we have a terminology that we now say that the television has left the wall, or television has left the wall and migrated to your palm. So your telephone actually is now your television, or is now your stage. I recall having a workshop somewhere, and I was telling the young people that, look, don't be looking for people to give you a platform anymore when they are not giving you. You now have your own platform. I cannot tell you enough how many people have become overnight global sensation by just posting something on Facebook or on Instagram or Twitter, or having their music on iTunes or Spotify or whatever. We need to take advantage of all of this. In the dissemination of all of our creative work, of all our content, we need to start taking advantage of how the stage has evolved into streaming platforms, and we need to start doing that so that in time, when the real renaissance of the Urhobo culture and entertainment starts again, or now that it has started, let me not say starts again, now that it has started, we can then begin to see it. We can then begin to project it on all the platforms that are available to us. Fora like this, or forums like this, can take things that we consider a good reflection of our culture and put them on platforms that we have access to. Or entrepreneurs can begin to arise that can be able to give the impetus that entertainers or content creators need to be able to get to the rest of the world. Because like I said, the world has been shrunk into a small global village and the entry level is actually quite easy. Data, you have data on your phone, no matter how small, as long as you have access, to Facebook or internet, you have access to the rest of the world. I recall very recently a young ballet dancer who, a young boy who was dancing in the rain without shoes, and somebody posted it on one of these platforms, and the video went viral. And today the boy has been offered a school scholarships to come to America to learn ballet and all of that. That just gives you an idea of the power of the internet. And of course, if you're a content creator, if you create, and how easy these days it is to just create your own platform. I even forgot to mention YouTube. YouTube is like the go-to place. I mean, there are Nigerians who you'll be amazed are making so much money from just creating little pieces and skits, and posting on their YouTube channel. I can give you names of young Nigerian comedians and all of that. Alibaba probably will do that later when he speaks, of people who are making so much money. So what do we do outside of this? We need to start to form alliances. We need to start to build networks between us. We need to start to collaborate with other cultures as to improving and letting our art evolve into something that is digestible by every and anybody that is interested in it. Another thing we can also need to do that we also need to do is to start to task government. We need to task government to start to create policies that can sustain entertainment, that are entertainment friendly. And the way to do this is for the leaders in the industry, the leaders in the entertainment sector, to start to do this. I'm glad that Alibaba is a member of the committee that has been set up by the federal government to look at the impact of COVID-19 on the entertainment sector, and hopefully there will be some kind of relief to those who are hardest hit by this. So there is all of that to do, and I was in Urhobo. We were able to settle our differences. Some border war that has been going on for over 30 years. Suddenly the younger people decided to come together and say, they are tired of fighting, every day of their lives. And what was one of the major vehicles of that coming together? It was through our music. It was through our music, through our dance, through the arts, through the entertainment sector. Icons from Ogbijo and icons from Alaja, we all came together and we forged, we had a fantastic peace concert. And then we decided that it is time to start coming home, because insecurity was a major problem before in coming home. So there and there, we decided to start coming home to source for local talents, that might not know how to navigate the internet, or that might not know how to navigate the present times, on how to take advantage of the global village that we all now live in. We have said that we're going to do talent shows and in all the performing arts, and by extension, over time, we are hoping that the plastic arts too will come to take advantage of this as well, of the piece that is going to be in the area. And of course, entertainment also, can be stretched to include sporting activities. So when I said tasking government, one of the things that we must task government to do also is to be able to create the enabling environment for all of this to thrive. Without security, there is nothing that can happen as far as entertainment is concerned. If people don't have the absence of fear, they will not come out to do anything, or they will not be able to encourage people to come out or to join movements that will expose their lives to danger. So please, I don't know if I've done up to 20 minutes, so that I don't overreach my timing. Have I done up to 20 minutes? I'll pause and then do more, take questions if the questions arise. Yes.
Thank you very much, our big brother, Richard Mufedamijo, and particularly, I think it is appropriate to just take 1 minute to pay honor and tribute to all we have lost, especially across Urhobo land through coronavirus and also the Alaja Ugbejo crisis. We've lost a lot of people. Our brothers and sisters have been sacrificed through that crisis. And I'm very proud because I actually watched that concert and I saw the role that you played as one of the leaders from that constituency in Alaja. I just want us to pay respect to all that we have lost in the last couple of months and also through the years, especially through the Alaja Ugbejo crisis. Let's just bow our heads in honor of them. May the souls of all those we have lost in Urhobo land, may they all rest in the bosom of the Almighty, and may they sleep on